One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me be. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his step, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Shit, I guess I lied for one of those days, by the way, because we said on the song right there, I said day by day, but I skipped out on yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys know, I had a lot of things going on, as well as me getting a little hungover, and I stayed up way too late that night. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for more of the world's madness, man. We got a lot of shit to talk about today. We got Trump rolls out his new tariffs on the automotive bullshit. We're going to discuss that here in a bit, as well as Israel ended up airstriking last night Gaza and unalived 55 at minimum right now, 55 people minimum. So, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We're going to be going into the world's madness here in a second. But first, make sure you guys hit that like button. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. If you guys are new to the show, hit that subscribe button because it's also free. Listen, Linda, please consider becoming a member starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not going to be breaking no bank out there. You know what I mean? But this is exactly how we can speak exactly the way we do, is because of you guys. We don't cater to no fucking views over here. You guys actually fund this shit. So much love, honor, respect to you guys. Little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValve.tv, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle, but of the show, as well as Millennial Food Time. And last but not least, well, actually, two more things. We got Naomi's actually dropping the link in the chat right now for the Discord. So make sure you guys hit that Discord up. Everyone is pretty much joined up in the Discord, man. So I'm very honored to have you guys in there. I love being able to have these continued conversations from the Breakfast Club after the show. You know what I mean? And last but not least, okay, of course, every super sticker, super chat, gifted membership signups, all of these things are going to be shouted out on to the show. But of course, if you would like to have 100% of your money go to your favorite content creator, well, we've got these right here scrolling at the bottom. And of course, that is, I receive 100% of that shit. YouTube can't take your, brutal 30% cut from those. So listen, mega love and respect to everybody. Thanks for everyone hanging out with us this morning. We got Allegedly as well as Tats. Good to see you guys. We got Naomi in here as well. We got Charles. We got we got all the homies. We got Steve Easy. Good to see my man up in the building. Let's see who else. We got Rabbit of Chaos. What's up? We got So Loud. What up, brother? Mike and all the ballers. Much respect from the Boondocks from North Carolina. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. We got Brother Red up in here. Hello, everyone. Everybody, where's the whiskey? Oh, wait. We drank it. Shit. Feels ultra good, dude. Oh, my God. We've got Chef Couch on the freaking Twitch side right now. Dude, where have you been, my man? Good to see you. It's been like many years, But, hey, if you're ever interested on the YouTube side of shit, Chef Couch, come over to YouTube at Insane Wheels, all one word. Come hang out with all of us here in the chat. You know what I mean? Good to see you, man. We got Brother Frank as well. Good to see you. as well as America Uncensored. Always appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with your boy. We got Tiffany as well, man. Hopefully Lee is not working too fucking hard today, because he's always out there making something happen, you know. We got Screw Plan as well. Good to see you. Good morning to you. Always appreciate you guys, man. We're about to get into the craziness, man, because I'm trying to quickly do this so we can get into it. We have a lot to discuss. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Mike Ball on Breakfast Club. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Steve Posey. Always an honor, my man. Mr. and Mrs. Ball, don't keep us in suspense. How'd the visit go? Well, so far, so good. So far, so good, kind sir. We got Joseph as well up there in Canada, our favorite snow Mexican, or one of them, saying, good morning, Mr. Ball, Lucy, Breakfast Crew, BNC, and can't forget the hater, Stop the Cat.
Stop the cat.
Shit, you know the deal. Yeah. Who's the mid broad on your bed? Yeah, what's up, chairman of the board? Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're doing fantastic as well, man. Another Alabama's finest. You already know I subscribe everywhere. Okay, I see you, Chef Couch, my man. Hell yeah, good to see you on the YouTube side of shit now, man. He's already out in the. I knew he's going to be working out there right now. He's been out there for more than an hour. Damn. Went bomb for the first 3 minutes. That's true, Steve. I'm going to give it to you. XTOS, Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. We're about to get into it right now. Let's go in and get into our very first story here. This is a White House statement from Trump, by the way, on Trump's auto tariffs. So it reads, President Trump's new 25% tariffs on all cars and light-duty trucks take effect. So let's go ahead and hear what the actual statement from the White House was.
And Sarah, as you mentioned that we do have this quote from the White House relating to what you just mentioned. It says, quote, President Trump is taking action to protect America's automobile industry, which is vital to national security and has been undermined by excessive imports threatening America's domestic industrial base and supply chains. The 25% tariff will be applied to imported passenger vehicles such as sedans, SUVs, crossovers, minivans, cargo vans, and
so basically every fucking car. I like how they do that. Imported passenger vehicles. Yeah, that means all fucking vehicles.
trucks, as well as key automobile parts, engines, transmissions, powertrain parts, and electrical components. It goes on to say, with processes to expand tariffs on additional parts if necessary, end quote. Again, Sarah, that's the latest quote from the White House as it relates to these auto tariffs. Can you break this down? What does this mean for our economy?
No, I don't need a breakdown of the economy from some random chick. I don't need that. So we're going to go ahead and skip that right there. We know what the tariffs are. We know what what was presented by the White House. We're going to move forward. We got some bullshit EU bullshit going on today, as well as I believe a lot of different, you got the European Parliament, you got all these fucking people from the EU. Let's go ahead and skip ahead. Now we're going to go into Israel and discuss what is happening over there. There was kind of some chaos last night, man. Let's go ahead and see what the breaking
is. Welcome back
is.
to Live Now from Fox, and good morning to you. If you're just now tuning in, I'm Jeanne Francine. Breaking news we are following this Thursday morning, which takes us out to the Middle East. I want you to take a good look at your screen.
Look at this
in real time, we are seeing airstrikes happening there close to the Israel-Gaza border. We're learning from our content partners over at the Associated Press that these strikes by Israel have killed at least 55 people across the Gaza Strip. Hospital officials confirming this news to AP this Thursday, a day after senior government officials said Israel would seize large areas of Gaza and establish a new security corridor across the Palestinian territory. Israel has vowed to escalate the nearly 18-month war with Hamas until the militant group returns dozens of remaining hostages.
Yo, what's up, Sage Outcast? Good morning to you, as well as Mr. Good to see you both. Hopefully you're doing fantastic, both of you. Beautiful Thursday morning, as well as 13, my man. Good day, Breakfast Crew, and Mr. Mike. Hope all is well. We are all well here, dude. All is well. And Mr. says they're all butthurt about Trump putting Americans first in priority, which is his job. Damn motherfucking straight. I'm going to give you that W, Mr. Facts. We got Red up in here. I hope it was fun-filled and adventurous night for y'all. Definitely. Definitely. Facts.
Disarms
Back to
and
this.
leaves the territory. Israel has imposed a month-long halt on all imports of food, fuel, and humanitarian aid that has left civilians facing acute shortages as supplies dwindle. A lot to discuss this morning, so we want to bring into the conversation distinguished lecturer in Homeland Security and Terrorism with the University of New Haven, Ken Gray. Ken, good morning to you. Always a pleasure having you join us on the show.
Good morning, Janae. Glad to be with
Now, real quick, this guy, again, another one of those kind of biased analyst, blah, blah, blah. But he does a pretty damn good job of not going too overboard with his biasness. But as you guys know, of course, I'm going to be upfront and honest with you guys and transparent. But let's go ahead and see what kind of inside info he's got.
you again.
Glad to have you. So we are further seeing airstrikes out in the Middle East this Thursday morning, further showing that the ceasefire is nowhere near coming back. Concerns about hostages still in Hamas captivity this morning. Could you set the stage for us, please?
Sure. So phase one is over as far as
Oh, shit. What's up, Kitty? Good to see you, by the way, over there across the pond.
working
Good
with
afternoon.
Hamas. Phase one is over.
Dragon
Instead of
Class
going
C?
into phase two, where there was supposed to be a continued exchange of hostages for Palestinian prisoners, that has been put on hold. Israel is once again taking military action within the Gaza Strip.
Oh, shit. Just real quick, we got Biker News Canada, our brother Bob up there in Canada. My man, it wouldn't be Mexico, right? But good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're doing fantastic this morning. I know that we are. Shit.
Set up a
Much love, honor,
corridor
respect,
that
man.
goes along the fence to the south in Rafah, along the eastern side, a corridor along the fence line, across the top of the north, a little bit down along the shoreline from the north. And there's also a corridor that stretches east-west across the Netzarim
Christopher Collins,
corridor.
good morning.
And that one separates the northern part of the Gaza Strip from the southern part of the Gaza Strip.
As well as brother GEG. Sorry, I see all you brothers and sisters coming in. I got to show some love to my people. But anyways, I'll back it up a little bit. There we go.
Separates the northern part of the Gaza Strip from the southern part of the Gaza Strip. Throughout this entire area, throughout Gaza, the IDF has been taking strikes against Hamas areas. There have been both airstrikes and raids throughout Gaza Strip. But the area down in Rafah, they've tried to evacuate Palestinians from the eastern side of Gaza to try to clear out any Hamas members that are there. And they've also removed people from the Netzarim corridor.
And as we are further discussing this breaking news, this tweet just coming down on X from Israel Defense Forces. It says, quote, the commander of CENTCOM arrived in Israel this week as the official guest of the chief of the general staff. They held a joint meeting with senior IDF commanders, during which they discussed strategic security issues across the region. This meeting serves
So this just came out from the IDF, by the way.
Another reinforcement of the strategic ironclad relationship between the IDF and the U.S. military. This pretty much sets the stage for what you just mentioned, Ken, as we're also looking at fighting ramping up, not only with Hamas, but also with Hezbollah and the Yemen Houthi rebels.
Yeah. In addition to
not the Houthi rebels, like how it's supposed to be said. I love when motherfuckers say Houthis. The Houthis.
Israel has been conducting military
Houthis are driving Houthis. Shit.
operations to the western part of Syria. They have expressed an interest in protecting the Alawites from the takeover by the what amounts to a group under Al Qaeda. And so Israel is actually active in Syria also. And to the north, Turkey, who has been supporting the fighting by the militants in Syria, Turkey has also been flexing its muscle in the area. So there's a possibility.
Man, Turkey is two-sided motherfuckers right there. And we pay those cocksuckers for them to basically play nice with Israel. You know what I mean? That's basically what happens there. And it's funny because they're just fucking two-faced.
For this to continue to expand rather than be at the end of the fighting in the Gaza Strip.
As we further look at this breaking
What's
news
up, Cowboy?
alert,
Good
learning
morning,
that
my man.
Israel is further highlighting the relationship with IDF and the U.S. military. There are questions this morning from the viewers about the U.S. military's response to the conflict in the Middle East. Could we see more U.S. response from our military?
Yeah, well, we are moving a second
He said, yeah.
aircraft carrier
Yeah.
into the area.
Damn it.
So you have an aircraft carrier battle group that
It's
will
ready.
be able to project power into the area if necessary. This is in response to the Houthis. The Houthis have been able to have free reign in attacking shipping in the Red Sea. The United States is
They're pros at that shit over there. I'll bring up the map while he's talking about it.
response to that had been rather tepid before, striking only at launchers and radar sites. Instead, President Trump has said that we will continue fighting against the Houthis until they cease their operations against shipping in the area. And so that second aircraft carrier is coming in there along with the accompanying ships with it to be able to project power against the Houthis. But
Okay, so what he's talking about right there with the Red Sea. Oh, shit, real quick. We got Tats coming in with the 5 gifted, by the way. Holy shit. Tats, thank you so freaking much. Right there. Man, if you guys got one of these gifted memberships, make sure you guys thank the people that are gifting it. It's not free. You know what I mean? So Tats, very much appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so real quick, what I do want to show you is the map, what he was basically talking about the Red Sea regarding the Houthi rebels, right? Which is down there in Yemen, okay? So what makes this kind of fucked up, and this is exactly why we do not use this trade route, is because of these attacks right here. So Yemen, Houthis basically take up the entire bit of this whole west point of Yemen. And basically that's where all civilization is. Up here towards like even just right here, the rest of it is all just mountains. I mean, it's not really a habitable place. So anyways, right here is where everyone lives, and the Houthis control all of this. And so what they naturally do is you can see all these red dots. These are the attacks in the last 2 years, I believe. So anyways, this is you guys can see where it bottlenecks right here between Yemen and basically Ethiopia or whatever, Somalia. So you got Somalia, fucking Somalian pirates right there down of south of Yemen. And then just north of the fucking Red Sea right there up in Yemen, the Houthi rebels are attacked. So this is exactly why the United States and any U.S. flag shit does not, they do everything they can to avoid this area right here. Anyways, back to what we've got presented here. I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay, so we're bringing this back up, and real quick before we start the whole program again, we got Crazy Mama coming in hot saying, hey, got a membership yesterday. Appreciate it. Awesome. Crazy Mama, good to see you. It's been a minute. Hopefully you're doing fantastic as well. Wait, then who the fuck was I drinking with last night? I see red. See, this is what happens when you get a little too crazy with the homie. You know what I mean? Remember that time a certain people stole a country and then played victim over and over? Yeah, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Holy shit, that is true though.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
They made a mistake because they are bombing China ships as well. And yeah, that's not a smart. Listen, if I were them, I wouldn't be bombing no fucking U.S. flag shit or China shit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be jacking them. It's fucking retarded. Anyways, back to this.
Also, to defend Israel in the event that that Iran responds once again.
And as Israel continues to seize those large areas of Gaza to further establish that new security corridor, there are questions this morning surrounding the innocent Palestinian people that are in their area. They continue to move to these areas that are told are, quote, safe havens where they won't be killed from these military strikes. We know that's not necessarily true because the airstrikes don't have an address. You know,
no fucking kidding, Steve. That is funny. Dude, I gotta give it to you right there. W. What do we give a fuck about, right?
They are launched, they land where they may. And then we're also learning that the Hamas terrorists are pretty much hiding in some of these camps, using them as human shields.
No, I never really left I never really would go international. There would be times, of course, that I would go international, but it was basically all in the Pacific. So I basically stayed my happy ass on the Pacific side. I basically, anytime that I was traveling though, like doing like just small like international water shit, I would be going from, let's say, California to Washington up in the Puget Sound or something like that. Truth be told, I never really worked cargo ships. I always ran my own, basically an oil barge operation. So anyways, back to this.
What can we see as far as the humanitarian crisis is concerned, and those innocent Palestinians, innocent Israelis, innocent people on both sides as well? Let me make sure to preface that. But the innocent Palestinians in Gaza that are being impacted by this fighting.
Well, you put your thumb on it, is that Hamas has been successful in utilizing the Palestinians as a human shield against attacks by Israel. And so the IDF put out flyers warning the people.
Yo, we got Aaron up in here. Good show, by the way, last night. I watched you guys as I was driving to down south, or actually it was up north, or no, it is down south. I'm north of the city by an hour, like hour and 10 minutes, whatever. But good to see you, man. Hopefully you got some good rest. There was a lot of talk there, so a lot of shit going on in the world, right?
Of Gaza, to not allow Hamas to use them as a human shield to evacuate the areas that they are directing them to evacuate, because they're going to be conducting kinetic activity in that area. They're going to be launching raids and attacks against Hamas in those areas. But unfortunately, Hamas has been able to successfully use the Palestinian people as a human shield. Consequently, you see this death toll increase to where 20 people killed here and 12 people killed there and 50 people killed there. This is all a result of Hamas trying to use the Palestinians as human shields against Israel.
That's right. You got to do it in the joint, dude. You know what I mean? Listen, also, for motherfuckers that are in the inside that are dirty, you guys fucking suck. You know what I mean? You guys got one little area to be clean in, and you guys got to be dirty as fuck. Like, that's something that, man, I'm just saying, that's something that is, I've seen people get hurt over that kind of shit. Like, clean up after your damn selves, Anyways, back to this.
Really, IDF
little side note.
Ken Gray, always a pleasure to have you join us here on Live Now from Fox. Thank you so much for your thorough analysis, your expertise, and perspective on this topic. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday.
Thank you.
I want to take you back out to the Israel-Gaza
okay.
border and
I thought she was going to punk us right there and go, oh, we're going to go to a commercial.
Show you how the airstrikes continue this Thursday morning. This is a developing story, so make sure you are staying tuned to Live Now from Fox.
Yep.
We're about to step away.
Boom. I called it. What's up, Seymour Cannabis? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well this Thursday morning. I know that we are. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. So we got Hungarian Prime Minister and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu hold a joint briefing. I'm not really sure what they're even talking about here, so I'm going to bring it up to Netanyahu and see what.
Thank you, Prime Minister Orban. Thank you, Victor. This is a very moving day for me. I remembered on the flight here that I came here in 1991 as a deputy foreign minister of Israel.
Oh my goodness. Come on, Netanyahu. I'm going to skip ahead.
You can't say, well, I'm not against Hungarians. I just don't think there should be a Hungary. I'm not against Jews. I just don't think there should be a Jewish state. That's what these anti-Semites
What's up, Brian?
are doing.
Hey, good morning to you, my man. Appreciate you for saying something like that. Hopefully you're having a fantastic morning as well as we present the news of the world's madness today.
And without a Jewish state, there's no Jewish people. So your position on anti-Semitism, both inside Hungary and outside Hungary, is one that others should adopt as well. You treat the Jewish community, as you said, in an exemplary fashion, and you seek to provide it not only with its security, but also the ability to conduct Jewish life here in the best possible way. Perhaps some of our Israeli guests here don't know.
Oh, Naomi, the link doesn't work.
Hungary also takes care today of Israel's football teams because they have to practice somewhere. They have to play outside. Hungary enables them to play here, and so other sports as well. And this is all a sign of a deep friendship, a deep alliance that has evolved.
I appreciate you, Seymour.
I can say.
What's up, Straight Jacket? Good to see you, my man. We're about to finish what he's about to say right here, and then we're going to skip ahead. We've got a lot of shit to go through today.
That it's
trying to cram it all in
into also an alliance in practical matters. Tourism, many Israelis are coming here. Investments, many Israeli business people are coming here. They like Hungary. They like Budapest. Who cannot? But they also, you also see it in the, of course, in the cooperation on technology, defense matters, which is growing, and it's important.
Get to the fucking point, yo. What are we saying?
But it tells you what a rich tapestry of culture Hungary offers.
Oh my goodness. He's not even going to fucking say anything. All right. So let's go ahead and bring it up to where they start talking about Trump's auto tariffs start today, as you guys know, and I have it labeled that as part of the main title here. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead. We skipped ahead.
7:30 here on the East Coast. Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and good morning.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It's the #1 metric of all YouTube. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free. If you guys are new to the show, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button too, because it's also free, man. I don't ask you guys to send in no money or anything like that, but I do ask you guys to hit that like button. You don't have to like what's happening in the world. You can like what I'm saying. You know what I mean? All right, back to this.
If you're just now tuning in, I'm Jeanne Francine. Right now, taking you out to Washington, D.C., and giving you a live look at the White House as we are keeping a close eye this Thursday morning on the Trump presidency. The markets could be in for another rough ride today. President Donald Trump unveiled his expansive new tariff plan yesterday. This in a move that could fundamentally change trade relations across the globe. Fox News correspondent Doug Luzader has more from Washington this morning.
No kidding.
Well, as promised, this was a major announcement from the president, and reaction is pouring in from around the globe this morning. The markets are still reeling, but the Trump argument is that this is exactly what our economy needs.
My fellow Americans, this is...
Before Trump gets onto his little thing right here. What's up, Frederick? Good morning to you.
Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time.
This was yesterday.
President Trump in the Rose Garden to make an address the White House had been hyping for weeks. He held a large chart, ticking off one country after another that would face U.S. tariffs based on how they tariff U.S. goods.
Look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%.
The Trump strategy here encouraged manufacturers to produce in the United States and lean on other countries to lower their trade barriers. But in the meantime, prices may rise.
The joint resolutions passed.
Just hours earlier, Senate Democrats and a handful of Republicans voted to revoke additional tariffs on Canada. Getting that measure through the House, though, won't be likely, and the president could always veto it. But it capped off a day with critics railing on the president's plans.
Oh, yeah.
It's a gut punch.
Here we go.
It's a gut punch for the average American.
The markets have been up and down on the news.
Well, you got to sacrifice a little bit in the beginning to be able to have a prosperous ending here. You know, you got to sacrifice a little bit somewhere to be able to make it happen.
U.S. trading partners assess their options. Canada may bend.
You have tariffs on a whole number of products.
That's right. And we'd be willing to take those off tomorrow if he took all the tariffs off.
Mexico promising new measures of its own.
We will announce it tomorrow. It is a comprehensive program.
And there are reports.
What's up, Gary? Good to see you, my man.
New car
good morning.
sales
Good morning.
Time are now on the rise as consumers brace for higher prices ahead. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
All right, Doug, thank you so much for that detailed report. And as we further discuss President Donald Trump and those tariffs as it relates to the trade wars across the globe, right now we head out to London, England. Right now we are seeing that UK Parliament, they are discussing several topics.
The UK Parliament.
We are learning from our content
partners. Forget that shit. What's up, Gunpowder Nitro? Good morning to you as well. And Charles said, Australia got off pretty lightly compared to the rest of the world. We only got a 10% tariff. Yeah, because you know what? We don't like buying your guys' Vegemite and shit. You know what I mean? That's probably why. Shit, no actual decent like car manufacturers or anything like that. You guys, basically what you guys sell to us is Foster's. And I don't even know why motherfuckers here drink that shit. Now, honestly, I know that they're sold in America, but I've never seen someone drink one. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, I guess you guys skated off with your 10% tariff on your Fosters.
Partners at the Associated Press.
We're going to go ahead and skip ahead of this shit. I hate the EU Parliament. They're just soapbox, dude. Just terrible. Anything regarding the EU, UK Parliament. Look, even like the NATO chief, I can't stand listening to that dude. Okay, I'm going to be real. We got freaking Secretary of State Marco Rubio is speaking at the NATO FM summit. So that is happening today a little bit. Let's see what we're gonna skip ahead. We're gonna keep it pushing, keep this train moving. Let's go ahead and see. We got an announcement from the Israeli government from David Mencer. So let's go and see what he's got to say regarding his state, right? So this is the Israel briefing after the airstrikes fired in Gaza last night. So, of course, we do want to hear this. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Now we're going to head out to Tel Aviv, Israel, as the daily Israeli government briefing is getting underway.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Shalom, I'm David Mencer, Israeli government spokesman for the National Public Diplomacy Directorate in the Office of the Prime Minister. This Thursday, the 3rd of April, it's day 545 of the October 7th war.
Yo, what's up, David? And I got to admit, Chuck Schumer, yeah, total POS. What's up, my man? Good to see you, my man.
Quick update.
Hopefully you're doing well.
And then we'll get straight to your questions. Let me start with an operational update from Gaza. In a video message last night, the Prime Minister confirmed that Israel's defense forces have intensified operations against Hamas and other terrorist groups across the Gaza Strip. The IDF is striking terrorists and their infrastructure, securing key positions, and systematically dividing Gaza step by step, tightening the pressure until Hamas has no choice but to release our hostages. Israel's message could not be clearer. The pressure will continue to mount until they are freed. We have returned to fighting with a clear and unwavering mission to bring home all of our hostages, both the living and the deceased, to dismantle Hamas's military and governing capabilities and to eliminate the terror threat from Gaza once and for all. Hamas continues to violate international law, embedding itself in civilian sites, hospitals, schools, and mosques, while using the people of Gaza as human shields. Right now, 59 hostages remain in captivity. Their return is a national and it is a moral imperative.
It's because they are biased, Chairman of the Board. Absolutely. That's why anytime that I personally get any type of Lebanese or Syrian news or Iran, Iraq, all the bullshit, that's why I still present it, but from a different news outlet when I do see that shit is going down. So, but you're right. All these organizations are totally biased. That's just the way it is, right? And so that's why you guys got me, so that when other shit is going down, I can also present that to you guys. You know, that's where you guys going to get transparent news here. This is just the way it is. All right, back to here.
Will not stop until every last one of them is home. Indeed, as the IDF's chief of staff,
Gary.
Zamir,
Sadly,
said just last night, the only thing that can halt our further advance is the release of our hostages. And the Prime Minister said pretty much the same thing. He said that with God's help and with the bravery of our soldiers, we will achieve this mission. Next, the Prime Minister Netanyahu arrived in Budapest last night, where he was welcomed by an honor guard and Hungary's defense minister. This morning, he met with Prime Minister Viktor Orban and Hungary's president at the presidential palace in an official ceremony, a very impressive ceremony, once again accompanied by an honor guard. Israel has commended Hungary's important decision to withdraw from the International Criminal Court, as our Prime Minister has stated. The ICC has lost its moral authority after trampling.
Dude, we all know the ICC is an absolute, complete biased organization, just like the UN. I mean, their whole made up court, by the way, like it's fucking entirely made up anyways. Like as if you can rule on actual war crimes. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing on certain things, but the whole thing is it's completely fucking biased. If they really gave a shit, they would do the same thing on the opposing side as well, but they never do. How come?
The fundamental principles of international law in its pursuit not to maintain international law, but simply to harm Israel's right to self-defense. So just recently, in the last hour or so, the two prime ministers, Prime Minister Netanyahu and Prime Minister Viktor Orban, expressed gratitude, Israel to Hungary, to Prime Minister Orban and Hungary for their clear and strong moral stance alongside...
She'll probably be on camera within the next week. You know, she's going to be here up until like Tuesday. So yeah, she'll probably be on camera and stuff like that with us.
On the principles of justice and sovereignty. And lastly, to Syria, Israel has been clear: we will not tolerate offensive weapons in Syria, especially in the south, nor any threat to our citizens or our defense forces. There'll be no jihadis massing on our borders. No Iranian forward operating base.
Yeah, Gunpowder Nitro, just ask those chicks that are OF chicks and they wear like, you know, their crosses while they're getting fucked on camera. Yeah, super popular thing. It's cute, right? Yeah, that's exactly how these fucking bitches look at it.
To the Syrian regime, we say very clearly, any attempt by your forces or terrorist groups to entrench themselves will not be
What's up, War
allowed.
Pig? Good morning, man.
Israel will act decisively, and we mean it. Just yesterday, the IDF struck military targets at the Hama and T4 bases, as well as key infrastructure in the Damascus region. Last night, IDF forces operated in southern Syria to dismantle terrorist infrastructure and seize weapons. When terrorists opened fire on our troops, they were swiftly eliminated. Israel will not allow threats to build up on our borders. We will act whenever and wherever necessary to ensure our security. Okay, that's the end of our briefing here today. I will now take
He's going to take like 2 or 3 questions.
Your questions. Please give your name and your news outlet, and we will take a few questions.
Only the outlets that they allow to have questions are allowed to have these questions, by the way.
First question I can see here is from Joel Pollack at Breitbart News. How important is Orban's commitment to withdraw?
Yo, Brother Lee, good morning, man. Hopefully you haven't been overworking yourself. I know you've already been at it for like a couple hours, so good to see you, man.
From the ICC. Thank you for that question,
Oh,
Joel.
no, War Pig. That's
Look, I think that the Prime Minister's just said this, that Hungary has shown unwavering support for Israel at a time when others have cowered. Hungary has stood firm with Israel. Prime Minister Orban has shown moral clarity in defending Israel's right to self-defense and rejecting the ICC's politically motivated attacks. That means that the Israel-Hungary partnership has never been stronger, and that Hungary stands with Israel, not only the two of them, but also in the EU, in Brussels. And also in the United Nations, as the Prime Minister has just said. True friendship in action.
Fuck the UN.
While others have tried to isolate Israel, Hungary has extended a hand of solidarity, and this partnership between Israel and Hungary, together with President Trump, has demonstrated what true leadership looks like: standing for truth, standing for strength, and also standing for peace in the face of the growing global threats. Prime Minister Orban said today that and it is clear that he understands what many refuse to see. Israel is not just defending itself. It is defending the West. It is defending Judeo-Christian values. Both Israel and Hungary are pushing back against the rising tide of anti-Semitism and those who seek to...
We all know that. You don't need to reiterate yourself on that aspect. We know your mission.
Erase Jewish sovereignty. Strength through strength and not appeasement. That is what will defeat extremism. Both of our countries share this fundamental belief that appeasement has never defeated radicalism. Only strength and determination will. And if Europe wants to defend itself against extremism, it would do well to stand alongside Israel. Okay, thanks for that question. As another,
I hate when motherfuckers say, thanks for that question. Like, motherfucker, don't thank me for no question asking. Yeah, I know you're not thanking me. You know what I mean? Like, I know you really ain't thankful for my question.
another question here from Joel Pollack.
And that goes for anyone. That's not just biased to this dude. That goes for anybody, you know?
News. Could you please contrast this with South Africa's attempt to withdraw from the ICC after it refused to arrest Sudan's President Omar al-Bashir, and also comment on the hypocrisy of South Africa now backing the ICC and the warrant.
Wow. So now South Africa has now granted what the ICC is saying and is probably, or what he's about to say right here, I'm just predicting that he's probably going to say that Netanyahu will be basically arrested if he goes over there type thing.
Against Mr. Netanyahu.
Yep. See, I just called it. Boom. How good am I, dude?
Thank you for that question, Joel. You're talking about Sudan.
That's true, Charles. You're buying time.
The real genocide which took place in Darfur. I believe that's what you are referring to. Let me put it this way. When it comes to South Africa, Israel has condemned South Africa's support for Hamas and their politically motivated actions at the ICC, which have ignored Israel's right to self-defense against a terrorist organization that targets civilians.
Damn straight. Absolutely so loud. I do think it's awesome that it's being kind of like the floodgates are open for Israel to handle their business. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad for them in that aspect. Truth. That is, honestly, obviously they should be able to defend themselves, but I don't believe we need to be defending them off of our dollar. You know what I mean? That's what I worry about. As an American, I'm like, fuck, dude, fuck the world. America first, you know? All right, back to this.
We believe here in Israel that South Africa's growing ties with Iran and others negative forces in the world are part of a broader alignment with regimes that destabilize the region and undermine global security. You're right to point out that the contrast couldn't be clearer. Okay, next question here is from Thomas from the national newspaper in the UAE.
What's up, Blair? Good morning to you, kind sir. And she's right over there on the freaking bed with all that shit on there right now. She got all her girly shit on there.
Back to this. The news about the Morag corridor. Are there plans to occupy more of Gaza if Hamas does not comply with Israel's demands and or adopt the Witkoff proposal? And if so, could this occupation be total occupation of Gaza? Thank you very much for that question, Thomas.
Thank you so much for that question.
In the first part of this briefing, I made very clear what the Prime Minister's views were together with the government. Our work is specifically in Gaza designed to get our hostages home. I would remind you, and to all of those pseudo-terrorism experts.
Lucy is pretty amazing, Steve. You're right. While listening to him talk, you can hear in his voice he is watching what he says. Oh, of course, because everything is carefully transcribed for him, basically. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what he can and cannot say.
But
to a T.
In the world, criticizing Israel's actions on putting pressure on Hamas, that the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, is a world leader in counterterrorism. He literally wrote the book on counterterrorism. He literally stormed aeroplanes hijacked by terrorists, shot the terrorists and freed the hostages, lost his own brother who was engaged in freeing hostages from terrorists. So our Prime Minister knows a thing or two about terrorism. And he has made clear last night, and I would point you again to the video message he received last night, that there will be increasing pressure, step by step.
We know you just did it last night in Gaza, 55 unalived.
Pressure will increase until all of our hostages are back. 59 of them remain in captivity. The dead need to be reunited with their families for a decent
I agree with
burial. It is an outrage. It's a human rights outrage that dead bodies are held as hostage.
On the hostage aspect, he's 100% correct.
Together with the live hostages, to begin the rehabilitation process, to be freed from torture, and to be allowed to return home. Okay, next question, please.
Last one or what?
One last question here from Maria Finashina from RT International. The US has just slapped a 17% tariff on Israeli imports days after Israel stopped.
Even Israel got fucking slapped with a tariff. Do you hear that?
Slapped a 17% tariff on Israeli imports days after Israel stopped all tariffs on American goods. How does your government interpret this move? Do you see it as a policy shift in US-Israel economic relations?
This is a great question, by the way.
And is a reciprocal response
what's up, brother KP?
Considered? Thank you. Thank you for that question, Maria Finashina from RT. Let me tell you that the relationship between Israel and the United States has never been closer. Our Prime Minister has made clear that President Trump is the president with the best understanding of Israel's unique.
Honestly, I have no fucking idea, Charles. They just own everything else. Like, news medias, media outlets, all this bullshit. They own all that kind of shit. But I don't know what they do sell to us.
And precarious position in the Middle East. And that has been shown practically, not just with words.
Very piquito.
President Trump
led
the administration that moved the U.S. embassy to its rightful place in Jerusalem,
True, David.
Capital. President Trump's administration was the administration that recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights, absolutely key to maintaining security in our north. President Trump was behind the Abraham Accords and wishes to spread those accords further to other countries, which we very much look forward to doing. So our partnership with the US has never been closer. We are side by side, shoulder to shoulder. And of course, it's not just in words, as I've mentioned, it is in deeds. They have given us the tools to fight this scourge of Islamic terrorism. We are standing up to Islamic terrorism, and we have no better partner in the world than the United States of America.
That would go for anybody that is our quote unquote ally. We are your best friend.
Friendship and partnership with this country between Jerusalem and Washington, D.C. has been absolutely key, not least since President Trump.
You know what's funny is ironically, they also own the left as well. They own the Democrats, 100%. They own also the Republicans, no doubt. Not doing a whataboutism. I'm telling you, that's the truth. Both sides completely owned.
Took over. We of course recognized the work of President Biden, but let's make no mistake. The hostages started coming out when President Trump said the things that he said.
True.
And we very much.
What he just said right there, when he said the things he said, what he was referring to was his inaugural speech at the Mar-a-Lago. And when he did that speech and said, listen, by the time I sit down, if fucking they have not figured this shit out and we've gotten some hostages exchanged, blah, 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 there will be all hell to be fucking paid. And that is true. That's what kicked this into high gear. And then you saw Biden for a small time try to take, like like credit for this shit. Like, motherfucker, you haven't done a goddamn thing for this equation. You haven't done fucking jack all except for just handing over money. That's all you're good for. You know what I mean?
Much welcome that the growing relationship. Okay, Thomas, I've taken your question, and there's a final question here from Maria Finashina from RT International.
We just called it. This is the final question.
No, we're giving you a second question, and you're quoting a Daily Mail report regarding Iran and its role in this region.
Okay. Just don't listen. Go off and talk shit all you want about Iran right now. Go ahead. Go ahead and do it. But don't fucking use America's name or backing or any of that to say anything that you're going to say right now, David. That's it. That's it. Do not bring up the United States. Say that you're going to handle your shit. That's what I want to hear.
And the efforts which Iran have made. Maria, I would just simply point you to the comments made by our Prime Minister in the last hour or so in Budapest, where he talks specifically about Iran. I would point you to those comments because our Prime Minister said that Iran is a state sponsor of terror, the leading state sponsor of terror, behind the three H's, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. And when it comes to Iran, our Prime Minister has made crystal clear over the years that Iran cannot be allowed to achieve a nuclear weapon. When Iran says they wish to wipe this country off the face of the earth, we believe them. We believe they do wish to do it. Now, we know that President Trump agrees with this, and Israel has supported President Trump's maximum pressure campaign. It was working before it was interrupted. That is crippling sanctions and a credible military threat to counter Iran's nuclear ambitions. Now, this strategy has deterred Iran until the pressure was removed. So Israel very much welcomes the restoration of the maximum pressure campaign. President Trump and the Prime Minister very much see eye to eye on this issue, the Iranian nuclear threat.
You like how he says that?
And these maximum pressure policies should be and are being restored. So it's Israel's long-standing position, Marina, that Iran must never be allowed to develop nuclear weapons, and Israel will do whatever it can, whatever it has to do to prevent that from happening. Okay, that's the last question here.
That is it. That is it. We're gonna scroll ahead as we do here. We got Irish Prime Minister Martin and EU Commissioner McGrath on U.S. tariffs. We're gonna go and skip that. Just showing you guys what is being presented in the news as we skip along. Secretary Rubio meets with Danish Foreign Minister today, and they are backing over to the Irish Prime Minister right now discussing the U.S. tariffs. We're still going to go ahead and make our way. This is when it started to slow down a little bit. Let me go ahead and see. We have a top story thing that are going on right now. So we got President Trump's 25% tariffs on imported vehicles to the U.S. are in effect. Tariffs on auto parts go into effect in May. We have Dow futures tumble 1,300 points following worldwide tariff announcement, which totally saw that shit coming. Secretary Rubio faces European NATO allies amid tensions over Greenland, Ukraine, and alliance future.
It's mainly isolated.
So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead here.
It does not appear to be generalizable across
decision. The U.S.
Okay, let's go ahead and hear what this is saying right here.
From world leaders. Earlier today, we had a briefing from British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Here's a post in which he says there will be an economic impact from the decision the U.S. has taken. We will continue to negotiate on a deal in our interests. Decisions will be guided only by our national interests and what is best for the security of working people. This morning, we also heard from the Irish Prime Minister.
That's right,
Here's
Red.
a post from him saying, I deeply regret the United States' decision to impose 20% tariffs on imports from across the European Union. It is important that our response is considered and measured, and the action should be proportionate, aimed at defending the interests of our businesses and citizens. Happening now as well, we continue to see that several world leaders are responding in real time. So this first live look that we're getting over
Mr.
out of Mexico City in Mexico features the president there, Claudia Sheinbaum, as she is delivering
Claudia
her daily briefing
Sheinbaum.
also in response to these new tariffs that have been imposed.
Yo, what's up, Danny? Good morning to you, man. It's been a fat minute since I've seen you. Hopefully you're doing well. Much love, honor, respect to you. Let me know how everything's going, man.
It is entirely in Spanish, so we can't bring it to you just yet. Any updates we get, we will share them. At the same time, over in France, we are seeing that the French President Emmanuel Macron also holding a meeting to discuss the effects that these tariffs will be having on his country. This briefing also held in French.
Fuck that.
So we'll continue to follow this as the biggest story of the day.
I don't want to hear it in French.
So far, in the
Good.
meantime, a few other live
Skipping
events
ahead.
that we do have on
Good.
deck. One of them we're going to get back to in just a moment, which is the hearing on military spending. But there is another stream that we do have going on our YouTube page. Take a look at this. As we are seeing here, this is a Senate meeting to discuss some of these key nominations that are still being left. This is streaming on our YouTube page. So what you're going to see actually is that there on the left-hand side of your screen is a QR code. If you want to tune into this,
That's cool. Well, if you guys want to tune into that Senate hearing, there it is right there. I'll leave it up there for a second if you guys are interested in that, because as you guys know, it is time for us to go ahead and close out with them going and doing this. I'm not going to start a story and not finish it kind of thing. But there is where you can go watch it. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, I can't thank each and every single one of you guys enough for hanging out with yours truly right here, man. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you guys decided to be right here with me. I am extremely honored by that. It is something that I wake up to every single day, honored and blessed and grateful. It's something that I actually get beside myself a lot with, so I'm very appreciative of all of you guys. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and make sure that we got the raid set up. From what I saw, there wasn't really anyone live. So we're going to be going and we might be doing a troll raid right now. Let's see if he's still live right now. Yep, he's still live. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We're totally doing a troll raid. So just know that this is, go over there, go have some fucking fun. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for more of the world's madness. Much love, honor, respect to you guys. God bless everyone and have a wonderful rest of your day. See ya.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges.